A recent report commissioned by Vodafone suggested that York could become a digital supertown. Believe it or not, York is already home to numerous innovative tech companies. One such company is York Data Services and is located on the York Science Park at the University of York.
Well, we're a business ISP. We were founded in 2003, and that was very much to address what was then a major deficit in connectivity. Most broadbands were coming over dial-up, and we were just getting kind of the birth of broadband, but still coming over copper wires, and we saw a gap in the market to bring fibre to the premise. Yes, grown hugely. We started out on York Science Park, where we still are and where our head office is based and where we were born from. But we have seen us grow year on year from first looking after one building in the park, then looking after two buildings, then across the park, which then led to us and our customers expanding and going with them to across York and then North Yorkshire, north of England, right across the UK. So we now deliver across the UK and into America. I mean, it's very much on the back of the huge investment that's happened over the past 5 to 6 years with companies like City Fibre and TalkTalk coming in and doing the joint ventures. But that was very much born out of the stuff that York Data Services did in the early days. So back in 2008, when we became a fully fledged Tier 2 ISP, that's when we started to really invest across the city in bringing fibre to the premise. So we were actually putting fibre into the premises a good 6 years before anything else was done in the city. So we like to believe we were kind of the catalyst for that. And in fact, the Science Park was probably the epicenter of a seismic shift in broadband speeds. So BT, Virgin, etc. are Tier 2, and we're Tier 2 as well. So we have an autonomous space we look after on the internet. We also govern part of the internet, and we have our own national fibre network, which the different city hubs link into. Obviously York being the first one, and we also pop up in cities like Leeds and London and Sheffield and Manchester. And hub and spoke out of there. And we were also a catalyst in starting a brand new northern switch in the north of England, given that the north of England complete resiliency away from London. So I'm also a co-founder of IX Leeds, the Leeds Internet Exchange, which keeps traffic very local. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that any business that's of a certain size and stature we look after. So most companies with the name York we look after, so York Racecourse, York Theatre Royal, etc. We handle most of the large law firms, accountancy firms. We have companies like Thomson Reuters in York. We look after things like the NHS, the University of York. Well, thriving tech means thriving business, which means jobs. So the universities are extremely good at bringing good graduates onto the workplace. We just have to rise to the challenge of keeping those graduates and just those opportunities right through the way. We bring on graduates into our business. We also bring on apprenticeship schemes. So we take people from all walks of life and teach them in the sector that we have. It's a growing sector, so that's very good for York. We've got some great prospects. We're growing. We grow significantly year on year. We take advantage of the technology, the way that it changes, the speeds as they change. So there's always a new need for businesses to upgrade to those new speeds. We always reinvest in the business. Our network, which goes across the UK, as I said, started out in York and expanded to London and Leeds and then Sheffield and Manchester. Will keep expanding. We'll start to invest in bringing external European cities onto the network, and that means a significant advancement for York, because York becomes completely connected or interconnected with global cities, so it becomes all one network. So you really get the scenario where a company can open an office in York and then expand to anywhere else on the globe, and with the help of the services that we deliver, we make that possible.
Undoubtedly, we live in uncertain times. Despite this, there is much hope that York's tech industry can continue to be an example to the world. Daniel Saunders, That's TV.